My take tonight is about the shocking but not altogether unexpected turn to our politics. The violence, the heightened drama, political rhetoric, name-calling, claims of betrayal, which I have said times without number is the currency of our politics, harassment, intimidation, use of state power to quash dissent, and finally, violence, and ultimately, yet sadly, death. Interesting that we have arrived at this point far too early. The frenzied campaigns, the chest thumping for an election that is less than 2 years away, an election whose parameters and rules of engagement are yet to be set. There is still much that is not known, but what has been thrust in our faces is talk of a referendum, an expanded cabinet, and a presidential election campaign, hustlers, dynasties, rustlers, if you like. The electorate being driven apart into a dangerous dichotomy in which opponents must fight to the death, even literally. What is sad is that we've been here before, in 92, 97, 2007 and 2017 as well. The all too familiar tale of groups mobilizing to scuttle the events of their opponents, the other side learning of these plans and mobilizing a counter force, violence erupting as the two groups clash, destruction of property, people injured, police called in to take control of the situation, sometimes bullets are fired and people are killed. Then begins the calls for arrests of the plotters, the funders. The blame game back and forth as to who is responsible, calls from everyone to tone down the situation, dramatic arrests. It feels like Kenya is in a horror movie that is on repeat, over and over and over again. Or that bad dream that you wake up from, which starts again immediately you go back to sleep. Students of democracy will tell you that politicians use violence during a campaign for 3 purposes: suppression, mobilization, and displacement, all targeted at influencing how people vote or if they vote at all. The irony here is that we're not even in a campaign yet. So what is wrong with us? Everything we have seen so far is a harbinger of things to come, bad things. And I would like to say that I hope the deaths of the 2 young men in Murang'a this past weekend are not in vain, but I'm not so sure about that, because we never learn. Their deaths were senseless, unnecessary. I mean, what did they die for? One of them, a young 15-year-old boy, not old enough to vote, not now, not even in 2022 for that matter. Another, a 21-year-old young man who'd just become a father, leaving his child orphaned. Both of them dead. For what? What will we write on their epitaph? What will their eulogies read? Folks, I don't have any solutions for you tonight. There have been plenty given in our country's history. Commission after commission has done reports on this exact scenario. We have laws and what I imagine to be a functioning system of governance and rule of law, and possibly good conscience. Mine tonight is a warning that if we go on this way, things will get worse, much worse. As former Chief Justice Willie Mutunga warned back in 2015, we can already hear the sound of the drumbeats of war. So what are we going to do about it? And that is my take tonight.